Good evening, good morning, good night, you lovelies. This is the one, the only, Cappy D. Barra. We are going to be doing a review for AEW Collision, July 26, 2025. I am a little behind, everybody. I apologize, but we're here. We're here to get to the gripes, and not for nothing, pretty okay show all around. A couple of gripes here and there, but we'll get to it as we go along. First things first, we start off the show with a Dustin Rhodes match. Dustin Rhodes, he is the ROH Tag Team Champion. He is the ROH Six-Man Champion, and he is also the TNT Championship, meaning that he is finally on AEW. He's finally been released from the bars of Guantanamo Bay. Guantanamo Bay has freed your boy. And he is out here putting on bangers. It's eluding me right now who he went up against, but it was a really, really good match, really solid match. Dustin Rhodes doing Dustin Rhodes things. I think the fact that he has a championship and Cody doesn't is just funny. It's just funny. Also, haven't seen Cody celebrate Dustin winning a championship. That's not a big fan of that. You know, Dustin's like Cody's biggest supporter, but you know, that's neither here nor there. Kyle, the guy who looks like Miles Bourne. Kyle Fletcher comes out, also the husband of Konosuke Takeshita. Yes, of Konosuke Takeshita. He comes out and he, basically shits talk Dusty. He's like, "Hey, Dusty, you're old. You're a fucking nobody. Like your brother's more famous than you." And Dustin Rhodes says, I'll raise your bet. I will challenge you to a Chicago street fight match, and that is going to be set up for next week, I believe, on Collision, which is going to be a fucking banger match. Kyle Fletcher is a hooper, just through and through. Dustin Rhodes is probably one of the better veteran acts that we have walking the earth today. I am so lucky just to be alive to even watch him work and seeing how his game has evolved over the years. I think it's going to be an amazing match. Realistically, Kyle's probably going to go over. Next, after that, we did have a segment, a bit of a vignette. I was saying vignette in the last video. A bit of a vignette from Toni Storm. Essentially just doing Toni Storm-esque things. I think it was it was a sequence of double entendres. I had fun watching this. You're never gonna hear me complain about Toni Storm ever, unless she literally kills a person. Even then, I'll be like, hey, maybe the person deserved it. Toni Storm is a banger. Really happy to see her work. After that, we get a match with Bang Bang Gang and Big Bill and Brian Smith. I believe that's his name, Brian Smith. One overall message about this match is that Juice Robinson, I believe. Juice Robinson is over. Juice Robinson is insanely fucking over. Like, he comes out and the crowd can't stop fucking going crazy. He's very good in the ring. Like, his sequences are just solid. And not for nothing, I believe he also had a bit of a tenure in WWE, so I'm not unfamiliar with his work at all. Really, really talented act all around. They are also going to be picking up the victory against Big Bill and I think it might be Brian Keith. In a perfect world, man, we would get an Enzo and Big Bill reunion, but I don't know if that's going to happen anytime soon, just being that, Enzo's in TNA. Big Bill is in, the dub. AEW. Don Callis comes out. Don Callis comes out after, and I believe he cuts a bit of a vignette just in the back. This actually might be after the team tournament announcement, where they're obviously we see that Bang Bang Gang progresses in the team tournament. This tournament I was talking about during one of my previous videos. Tony Khan must be listening to the podcast. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you like. He essentially just cut a promo just saying that his tag team is going to wash every other tag teams. Don Callis is such an important asset to this fucking company. Has such an amazing mind for wrestling that all of his wrestlers instantly become better simply being under the Don Callis banner. I think all of the talent that is displayed within the Callis family, from Lance Archer all the way to Hachirio, Hachirio, or like them as a collective, they operate as such a tight knit group of thugs, quote unquote. It's perfect. And then Don Callis is the bow on top. Very, very, very happy about that. Tony Schiavone also, Tony Schiavone calling some of these matches is the best part of these matches. We really need to bring back the culture of lively, vibrant announcers and lively, really cartoonish kind of commentary that react with the passion that you want your company to kind of bleed out. And AEW has the luxury of putting on all these matches that have all this quote unquote flippy, hippity carny shit, because they do have commentators that treat the sport as such, that important. And if the commentators react with such a way that gets the crowd to pop, that also leads to bigger moments down the line. We had the conversation between pops and good matches, but AEW, they have successfully put on a solid medium where you get an okay match and you get like 2 or 3 pops and the match is over, and it's like, well, I had a good amount of time. I had a good amount of fun watching this match. After this segment, we get Max Caster versus Anthony Bowens. Max Caster needs more. Max Caster deserves more. Tony Khan, if you do not start fucking giving Max Caster more, I am going to start blowing things up in a residential area in Minecraft. You will give that man respect. He goes out there and he cuts like a 3-minute promo every single week on Collision saying, I'm the best wrestler alive, and the entire crowd's clapping, and he's getting beat up in the ring by Anthony Bowens, because Anthony Bowens he's a fucking killer in the ring, right? He's a badass, and the crowd can't stop chanting for Max. And it's like, you guys got to do something. AEW, you have to do something with fucking Max Caster, man. It's fucking insane, man. It's insane. The match is pretty quick. I really wanted it to go a lot longer though, because Max Caster is just bro. Max Baller, bro. That's what I'm gonna start calling him. Max Baller, Big Money Max, man. Oh man, Max Caster he's amazing, bro. He's great. Billy Gunn though. Billy Gunn, one half of the Outlaws. He tears Anthony Bowens, his protege, off of Max Caster. So we might see a little gun fu. We might see a little gun fu later with Billy Gunn and his boys. Next on the itinerary for the sickos, we get a backstage segment with Nick Wayne, blonde Adam Rose. You can't tell me that's not who that man is. And the MILF, the one, the only Mama Wayne. Mama Wayne and Nick Wayne have made a pairing perfect for IWC Heaven. They are arguably 2 of the most despicable people in that faction, and I'm on board. I'm on board for heels being heels. It's a really good promo. Nick Wayne has nothing less than excelled on the mic after his time with Christian Cage. He has not missed a step with Christian Cage in and outside of the ring. He has an awesome match later that we'll be getting to very shortly down the line. Nick Wayne promo. Pluses for Nick Wayne. We can't get enough of that. Shortly after, we go to a 8-man tag match with the Don Callis family, and Lance Archer, which is essentially just LeBron. He's been wrestling for about 40 years, and he hasn't missed a step. Hachirio, which is the Grap God, the last real grappler alive. Carly Bravo and Sean Dean, I believe the 2 are twins. I've seen some of their work. Pretty outstanding stuff. They're going up against Tomohiro Ishii, the Stonewall Bull, the Outsiders, the Outriders, and Hologram. Now this match is slow. It's purposeful. It has a really good build towards all the spots. Some of the spots are amazing. Hologram, he ends up just taking over in the latter half of this performance. In the latter half of this match, really solid match all around. The Outriders, man, they are arguably one of my favorite tag teams, man. It is my first time viewing them. I know it sounds pretty crazy, but they have this really passionate connection with the crowd, such as an LA Knight where I enjoy seeing them, man. They did the "you son of a bitch" spot, and I popped, man. I fucking popped like crazy, and they got the W, securing the $400,000 prize that Tony Khan generously puts up. I like to think that in kayfabe, he's just writing actual checks or just giving people bumps for winning matches. I like it, man. I like it. The faces go over. Don Callis was on commentary. He's probably one of the best parts about AEW, hands down. Really good match. Really good match all around. Next, moving forward, is a six-man women's match between the Spider Women, the very scary collective of Spider people, and this week's heroes. Unfortunately, these wrestlers, they didn't get a proper entrance, so we do have to relegate them to the quote-unquote jobber category. They do end up eating the pin, putting over Thika Ruler, and all the other really solid aspects of this faction. Really stiff match as well. Very stiff match, reminding me very much like Strong Style. Everyone's taking bumps amazingly. No surprise for the women in this industry, putting on amazing matches, completely tearing the house down. There is a stomp, a bit of a curb stomp from Thikla at the quarter half. Towards the end of this match, that was a little sloppy. I just gotta call it how I see it. It wasn't the best performance. I believe maybe it might be an homage to maybe, like Seth Rollins again. Hogan didn't invent the leg drop. But knowing that Seth is out and this is the only curb stomp we're going to be seeing for a while, I think Thikla should at least perfect it, or maybe at least change it up, work with it. Maybe she uses both feet. Who knows? After the Spider-Woman picked up the victory, Queen Aminata, she came down to the ring looking like a goddess, looking like a 20 on a scale of 10. She is outstanding when it comes to looks. She marched down to the ring with a chair because she is the badass. And she is the badass. And she scares off the Spider-Woman, but Megan Bayne pops up from behind the crowd and she whacks her over the head. And the Spider-Woman surround Queen Aminata. And I am worried. I fear that they might try to envelop her into the Spider-Verse that is slowly growing within AEW. Next we get Chris Statlander segment. Chris Statlander is amazing on that mic. She's calling out Willow Nightingale, and she's saying directly, she's saying, hey, I want my match. You think you could just run from me and just kind of expect for this to be washed under the bridge, but you are sadly mistaken. I am the one, the only Chris Statlander, and I am not going to be taking this lightly. Chris Statlander and Willow Nightingale's connection is really solid. It really does remind me of a Randy Orton Christian kind of feud, where they both just have enough passion and they both have enough fire on the mic to just make anything that they say for this match work. And I'm excited to see where the story is going to go in the future. Always a plus to see Chris Statlander. Right after this, we get a match between Young MJ, Nick Wayne, and Blonde Adam Rose. They're going up against A.R. Hooper and Angelico. A.R. Fox, bro, is one of the best fucking wrestlers on the planet. And I'll say this shit until I'm blue in the face. He hits spots with such a grace. It's almost insane that he's not a champion. And now we're going to get into a bit of a rant right now. Max Callister and A.R. Fox, or A.R. Hooper as I like to call him, are two of the most hard-working people in this fucking company, and they deserve so much more. They deserve a immediate title run, an immediate tag chance, immediate tag team opportunity, any chance that they can get. We need to put a rocket on them immediately. A.R. Fox is fucking amazing. He does lose this match, but Nick Wayne, A.R. Fox, and Angelico, this match fucks, man. This match fucks. 10 out of 10 across the boards. I can't really say much about this match. Moving forward to our last match of the night, we have Athena versus Alexa Winslow. Not Alexa, my apologies. Alex Winslow. Alex Winslow is a beast. Alex Winslow is a beast in that ring. She sells exactly how I prefer it. It does remind me a lot of Chelsea Green, just kind of like the overacting, like the aching pains, the climb up, the build up to some of her spots, some of her bigger moments in the match. It's just so fucking amazing, man. They have a moment where they're fighting on top of the barricade, and I'm pretty sure throughout this entire match, but after this match, Athena ends up picking the victory, securing the ROH championship, women's championship. And Toni Storm, she ends up coming down kind of to beat on Athena after they try to jump Alex, and Billy Starks is also in the ring, and everyone's just brawling and going at it. The crowd is just chanting AEW, 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 and it's like, man, I can imagine they were doing that before the match. This match, it ends with the heels, oh well, the heel, quote unquote, technically Athena picking up the victory, but the effort that is put in by these wrestlers and how it is given back to them from the crowd, just giving it their all, acknowledging their work, acknowledging their hard effort. It is a sight for sore eyes, man. I really enjoyed this show. I really enjoyed this program. I'm looking forward to the next episode of Collision because all these stories, they mean something. All these stories are going somewhere, which I couldn't be happier for. Unlike Summer Slop, we're building towards Forbidden Door any day now, and I couldn't be more excited for that. There was going to be a review for Raw going up sometime tomorrow because your boy is tired. But we'll make sure to get to that review ASAP, and hopefully it's better than this because I'm always looking forward to enjoying wrestling promotion. This left me in a really good mood, and I'm excited for the next program. AEW or otherwise. This has been Cappy D Barra. Hope you guys stay beautiful and stay tuned. Peace, y'all.